if y'all believe in this or selling your soul, but it almost seemed like that's what happened a long time ago in the industry or something, because it's like demon possession. Oh, I'm just keeping it real.
So you're saying, when did Keke get her first recording contract?
Listen, this must have happened back in 2000. I know I'm not afraid. God is with me. He's with all of us. Yeah. And say people leave here too. I left in November the 4th, 2023, November the 4th or so, 2023. And I did not see my son, Keke, until the end of June, which was the divorce court for me and Keke Wyatt, where we would have the divorce finalized. And I wasn't able to talk to him and see my kids. It was impossible for me to call her because I refused contact with her because of the her maniac ways, the demonic, the belittling, the verbal, that's done for life, as I stated. And so, at this particular time, even some months ago, I told friends of mine, I said, listen, God said I'm not to be in any circumstance, environments where I have to fight or where I have to deal with a situation or anything like that. God has me for full-time ministry, and you guys can't put me into anything I don't need to be. Well, my sister got punched in the mouth. She's not my biological sister.
You were hoping that she would change and go from being alpha to beta.
Yeah, because I mean, people might take this the wrong way. Take it however you please. If you believe in demonic spirits, some people have them, and she does. And so
you're saying, without a doubt, that in your opinion, Keke is demonic. You don't think she can change at all? I mean, when a person allegedly sleeping with your cousin and taking him from his wife
and starting a church,
yeah, that's pretty insane.
He locked it in, asking his wife for a divorce. So this woman stole her cousin away from his wife and had her own cousin to come live with her, and they began an incestual relationship, having sex and a sexual relationship, and then said they're going to start a church. Hopefully you guys can see that.
I don't care. Yes, I did it. It happened. If somebody's choking you over your kitchen sink, don't let there and just stand there and just let the guy kill you.
Right.
Choke you till you die and your baby's in the other room.
Defend yourself.
Yes.
Well, get out of a situation like that before it even escalates to that point.
I said,
when you 8 months pregnant and you got a child sick in and out of the hospital, and your husband got the nerve to tell you that he wants a divorce because he says that you're an emotional wreck. He says that from the very beginning, you never trusted me and all that kind of stuff. Telling other people, other women that we get a divorce and if she calls or it's like, what?
Forget everything you thought you knew about Keke Wyatt, because the tea her ex just spilled might make you look at the R&B diva in a whole new light. In a shocking new interview, Zachariah Darring didn't just drag his former wife. He set their entire past on fire. We're talking cheating, witchcraft, cousin scandals, and voodoo rituals. Yes, you heard that right. The internet can't decide whether he's exposing the truth or just losing his mind. But one thing's for sure. This is the wildest celebrity breakup story of the year. Y'all, grab your sage because this story just went left. Keke Wyatt, the powerhouse R&B singer with a voice that could stop traffic, is trending for reasons that have nothing to do with her vocals. Her ex-husband, Zachariah Darring, just dropped a bombshell so wild that even the internet can't decide if he's telling the truth or filming the next Lifetime movie. According to Zachariah, Keke didn't just break his heart. She allegedly broke spiritual laws. He claims she cheated on him with her own blood cousin and used voodoo rituals to keep him under her control. Yeah, you heard that right, voodoo, cousins, and control. But y'all, that's just the beginning. Because the more Zachariah talks, the darker this story gets. And it started to sound less like a breakup and more like a supernatural thriller disguised as a marriage. So who exactly is Zachariah Darring? And why is everyone suddenly hanging on to his every word? Well, Zachariah isn't just some random ex trying to chase clout. He's Keke Wyatt's third husband, the man she once called the love of her life. The two tied the knot back in 2018, and for a while, it looked like she had finally found her fairy tale ending. But fast forward a few years, and that fairy tale has turned into a full-blown nightmare. Out of nowhere, Zachariah sat down for an explosive tell-all interview with none other than Tasha K. And baby, he didn't come to play. He came with receipts, emotion, and a story so twisted it has everyone questioning what really went down behind the scenes of their marriage. And when I tell you this man let it all out, I mean all of it. From the way he tells it, life with Keke wasn't just toxic, it was spiritual warfare. And that's where the claims start spiraling into the deep end. Zachariah says Keke didn't just cheat on him. She allegedly did it with her own cousin. Yep, her blood relative. Fans were gagged, jaws on the floor, timelines flooded with disbelief. But then he went even further. According to him, Keke was dabbling in dark rituals, allegedly using voodoo practices to keep him trapped in their marriage. He claimed she had a witch on speed dial, ready to cast spells and bind him to her emotionally. The internet is losing it. Some people think he's lost his mind. Others say it explains everything about why her exes always look drained after leaving her. But the more he spoke, the darker it got. Like each revelation peeled back another layer of something way beyond just marital drama. Now, to really understand how this mess unraveled, we have to rewind, because their story didn't start in chaos. Keke and Zachariah actually go way back. According to him, they've known each other practically their whole lives. He says he met her when she was just 6 years old, long before fame, long before the spotlight. But years later, after her second marriage ended, she reached out to him, and that's when things took off. What started as a sweet reunion between old friends turned into a whirlwind romance, the kind that felt like destiny. But depending on who you ask, that destiny came with red flags flying high. And this isn't Keke's first time in the middle of chaos. Her romantic history is practically a reality show all on its own. Let's not forget the 2002 incident when she was arrested for allegedly stabbing her first husband, Ramith Morton. Police reports claimed he was found with stab wounds and part of a knife blade lodged in his back. The charges were dropped later, but that moment still haunts her reputation. Then there was her second husband, Michael Ford. Remember when she went viral crying on camera? Say he left her while she was 8 months pregnant? Well, he later accused her of being toxic and said he left to protect their kids from the drama. So yeah, Keke's love life has been messy for a while, and Zachariah's story is just adding another chapter to that saga. Now, here's where things get complicated, because Zachariah isn't just painting her as a bad partner. He's describing her as something else entirely. In his words, Keke is manipulative, heartless, and demonic. He claims she used her charm like a weapon, controlling, belittling, and emotionally breaking down anyone who got too close. But here's the thing. That version of Keke doesn't line up with the one fans know. To the world, she's the soulful powerhouse with a gospel background. The woman with 11 kids who still finds time to sing, laugh, and spread love. She's funny, raw, and unapologetically herself. So it begs the question, could both versions be true? Is Keke Wyatt the loving mother and vocal legend fans adore? Or is there a darker side lurking behind the spotlight? Zachariah seems certain he survived something evil. But whether that's truth or bitterness talking, well, that's where things get even messy, eh? And just when you think this story couldn't possibly get any crazier, Zachariah dropped a plot twist that had even the most seasoned tea sippers clutching their pearls. According to him, Keke's drama didn't stop at messy relationships or emotional games. Oh no, it went way deeper than that. He claims Keke wasn't fighting him in the flesh, she was fighting him in the spirit. Now, before you roll your eyes, listen to what he actually said, because if even a fraction of it is true, this story just went from messy to supernatural. Zachariah alleges that Keke wasn't acting alone. He claims another R&B powerhouse, Tamar Braxton, played an unexpected role, connecting Keke to someone he describes as a witch. Yes, a real-life witch. According to Zachariah, Tamar allegedly introduced Keke to this spiritual advisor, who wasn't exactly a woman of God. He says this witch claimed to receive messages from the spirit world, and whatever she told Keke, it changed everything. In his words, this woman tapped in, using dark energy to influence Keke's mind and heart. He swears that after that encounter, Keke became a completely different person, cold, unpredictable, and obsessed with control. He even said she kept this witch on speed dial, calling her whenever their marriage hit a rough patch. The way Zachariah tells it, this wasn't just therapy or advice, it was rituals. Allegedly, he'd wake up in the middle of the night to find strange candles burning, whispers in the background, and objects placed around their home that made him feel like he was living in a movie about spiritual warfare. He described it like being caught in a spell, one he couldn't break, no matter how hard he tried. At one point, he said he could feel something hovering over him, watching him, controlling him. And in his mind, it all led back to that mysterious, which in Keke's so-called spiritual practices. Fans were quick to jump online, some saying he sounded paranoid, others saying, listen, Hollywood's been weird. This might not be far-fetched. But what makes it even messier is how Zachariah connects the dots. He claims Tamar wasn't aware of how deep it would go, that she thought she was just introducing Keke to someone who could help her heal. Instead, he says, the whole thing spiraled into something darker, with Keke supposedly using spiritual power to cut him off emotionally, erase his willpower, and turn him into what he called a puppet in my own marriage. Y'all, this is deep, because if what Zachariah is saying is even half true, this story has left the realm of regular celebrity drama and entered full-on supernatural territory. And now, fans aren't just asking who's lying. They're asking what in the world was really going on behind those closed doors. So let's take a breath, because the amount of tea spilled here could fill an ocean. Let's run it back. We've got Zachariah Darring, Keke Wyatt's third husband, coming forward years after their split with claims that sound straight out of Thriller. He says his once-loving wife turned cold, manipulative, and downright dangerous. He swears she wasn't just stepping out on him. She was stepping into dark energy. The man claims Keke cheated with her own cousin, used voodoo rituals to keep him trapped, and called on a witch allegedly linked to Tamar Braxton to finish the job. From his point of view, he wasn't in a marriage, he was in a spell. And when he finally broke free, he said it felt like escaping a spiritual prison. But y'all know the internet. Half of social media is saying something about this sounds real, while the other half is like, boy, if you don't log off and get some therapy. Still, nobody can deny how specific his details are. The witch, the cousin, the late-night candles, the emotional control. Whether it's truth or trauma, it's got everyone looking at Keke sideways and questioning how much we really know asterisk about her private life. Meanwhile, Keke's staying quiet. And you know what they say, silence in a storm can speak volumes. Some fans say she's just taking the high road. Others think she's waiting for her moment to clap back in true Keke fashion, because if she responds, it's going to be explosive. But here's where it gets tricky. Keke has built her entire career on being raw, unfiltered, and real. She's never hidden her flaws. She's the same woman who cried on camera when her second husband left, who showed her family on reality TV, who turned pain into powerhouse performances. So, is Zachariah revealing hidden truths, or is this just another ex rewriting history to make himself look like the victim? Let's be real, we've all seen messy breakups. But this is next level. So now it's your turn. I want to know what you think. Backhand index pointing right medium skin tone, is Keke really the villain in this story? Or is Zachariah just bitter and broken, trying to drag her name through the mud? Backhand index pointing right medium skin tone, and be honest. If your ex went online and told this kind of story about you, would anybody even believe it? Backhand index pointing right medium skin tone, or would they say it's giving delusion and heartbreak with a side of drama? Because one thing's for sure, whether this is truth, fiction, or something in between, this Keke Wyatt saga just reminded everybody that not all love stories end with a song. Some end with a curse. But here's the thing, y'all, this story, it's far from over. Because if there's one thing we know about Keke Wyatt, it's that she doesn't stay quiet for long. This woman has survived public heartbreaks, viral scandals, and a music industry that tried to box her in. And every single time, she comes back louder, stronger, and more unpredictable than ever. So what's next? Will Keke clap back with her own receipts? Will she drop a cryptic post, a tearful live video, or maybe even a gospel song that doubles as a diss track? Because let's be honest, Keke doesn't do subtle. And if her next move is anything like her last, the internet better grab its popcorn and silence those notifications, because the comeback is going to shake timelines. Zachariah's words have already cracked open a door that can't be closed. Now fans are combing through old interviews, past performances, and her reality show clips, looking for signs, side eyes, and anything that might prove his claims true. Some say they noticed the dark energy before. Others swear she's just misunderstood. But either way, Keke Wyatt's name is back in headlines, and not for her vocals this time. And the silence? That's the loudest part of all, because every day that Keke doesn't respond, the curiosity grows. Every minute she stays off the mic, the whispers get louder. People are waiting, refreshing her page, watching her stories, trying to guess if she's about to confess, deny, or destroy. Whether it's truth or trauma, witchcraft or heartbreak, one thing's certain. This saga is nowhere near finished. The internet's watching, the fans are choosing sides, and every rumor feels like a ticking time bomb just waiting to go off. So buckle up, because if Keke's next move is anything like her last, this isn't just another celebrity breakup. It's the prelude to something way bigger. And when that happens, the internet won't just grab its popcorn. It'll burn the whole kitchen down.